On today's episode, I will have 5 guests join me on the couch. We will be discussing our past relationships, the ups, the downs, the ugly, the drama. We also will discuss how dating is in Atlanta today. Personally, I think it sucks. I mean, everyone's dating each other. The city is so small. Let's see what the guests think. Tune in. Thank you guys for joining this episode. I have some amazing singles on the couch. We're going to talk, share, and be transparent about how we feel about dating in the city. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm your host, once again, Alexa, with Living Single Atlanta, and I'm going to ask these singles a round of questions. We're going to respect each other's answers and not overspeak. Okay, guys? Okay, ladies?
Yes, boss lady.
Most important, the number one rule on this show is no capping on the couch. And if you cap, you will get called out. So be mindful. All right? Let's get into it. So we're all dating. We're all singles here in Atlanta. I want to know, what is your biggest pet peeve about dating here in Atlanta?
I guess I'll start. I would say consistency. Someone that doesn't follow through. You say you're going to do something, do it. Or you constantly rescheduling to do something. I mean, you ain't feeling me like I'm feeling you, so I'm on to the next reality. So, consistency is a big thing for me.
Communication would definitely be a major key for me. If you're not speaking on what you're saying and doing and you're not being honest, communication is just would definitely downturn your relationship for the worse. So that's what I would think that would happen in relationships is communication.
Mine's is going to be time. I'm a single mom, so I don't have that much flexibility. So when I say I'm free, that's when I'm free. When I'm not, I'm not.
Right.
You want to go?
That's on me.
Yeah, what's up? What's your
Mine is texting. Like, I cannot get to know you via text message. You got to call me. And I'm sick of making appointments to FaceTime you.
Facts.
Just pick up the phone. And if you can't, hey, it's just simple as that.
I get it. I would say lying for no reason. I feel like a man should give me the opportunity to see if that's something I want to deal with. You know, instead of just lying about it, give me that opportunity to see if it's something I'm willing to take or deal with.
Can you handle the truth?
I can.
Yeah.
I would respect a man who's 100% honest with me over a man who lies to me, even if it hurts my feelings.
All right, well, I got something to be honest with you about.
Okay.
I don't like your lashes. And I think I speak for 100% of men in the world. We don't do lashes.
But I love them though. So
Yeah, we do it for us.
Exactly.
Like,
I don't
do it for
get that.
y'all.
So
Men like the
help me
overall
make that make sense.
it doesn't bother me at all because I'm aware I'm again
But aren't
tomorrow.
you trying to attract me?
No.
No, not
Not
you.
at all.
Men.
Oh.
J Bell, do you like lashes?
Huh?
Wait. I think what it comes down to is no man wakes up and says, "Oh my God, the girl's lashes from last night was on point."
Right.
But you guys appreciate the overall
It's a
package.
package, yeah.
It's a package. There's a difference between a woman with lashes and a woman without lashes. And the woman with lashes looks like the complete
Well,
package.
you got to talk about what type of lashes. They look like bird feathers.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Right. Look like if you blink too hard, you'll fly away. Like,
But this is the same girl y'all still try to talk to.
I agree.
Yeah, y'all would still talk to
Like
a girl with
still.
her lashes or not. Y'all would still try to jump down.
was
Y'all not gonna smash the girl because she got
Yes.
lashes on.
Actually,
Exactly.
look, we're not going to do that. Lashes, with lashes, it's a woman's choice. Okay, y'all? So you can express how you feel, but at the end of the day, I feel women out there, do what you want to do for yourself.
Yeah,
Don't let anybody
Agreed.
change you and be true to yourself.
Agreed.
So let's get going, okay? Anything else you want to say
no,
that you don't like
that was
about
it.
us?
That was it.
Okay, because
Just wanted to
we can
address
go
the
ahead.
lashes. I'm just saying we
Okay.
don't necessarily
All right.
like them.
Well-
But keep wearing them.
Oh, I
Oh, we
will.
will.
I'm gonna wear them tonight and tomorrow too.
Well,
All right.
Alrighty
okay.
then.
So
Already then.
I want to know about dating. And, we have good experiences, but I want to know about your worst.
All right, I'll start with me.
Heavy on your chest?
Yeah, it was a terrible experience, and I'm new to Atlanta. I only been here 5 months, so it made a statement for these Atlanta women out here.
Preach, brother.
I'm not really a dating that person, but I did it. I moved to the area. I'm a social person. I'd rather meet you in person, read your mannerisms and everything. Better on the dating that. Conversation died out. It picked back up. I found a spot to go to, like a little lounge. We was kicking it. The vibe was cool, right? We kicking it, we getting drinks. Get a hookah, Next thing you know, her male friend comes to the date. I'm like, you told this thing to come to the, like, what? He said he was wanting to know what he was doing and he just pulled up. I'm like, what? Like, that's what we doing? Like, And then the male friend look a little more friendlier than the male friend in the date. But I ain't tripping. I'm like, well, the way she talking, I'm like, this ain't gonna be nothing but a, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, next thing you know, another girl walk in. She reached my hand and said, oh, she dances at Onyx. I'm like, oh, she dances at Onyx. Next thing you know, 5 minutes later, she's kissing her in the club. This is all on the date at the same time. She kissing in the club. I'm like, oh, shit, maybe we can do some things. I ain't really that mad no more. So we talking, we chopping it up, conversation is going good. The bill come around. Now, I host here. I'm a host in the city. So I know they inflate charges on particular customers. The server, we sitting at the bar the whole time. The servers overcharged me. The bill is like $260, and we only had 3 drinks a piece and a hookah. And I know that's not $260. And next thing you know, she's like, oh, she was ordering doubles. Now, the whole time, she's having conversations. Come to find out, she knows the bartender, right? So she's playing me the whole time.
You had a tip.
And then when the tip come around, I don't even want to give her. I gave her a fucking $10 tip because I know I ain't want to give her a tip because I know she's overcharged me and they playing me. I give her a tip. Shorty see what tip that I leave, and she instantly gets up and leave in the middle of the whole date. I'm like, where did you go? Next thing you know, she in the other nigga section smoking his hookah. 5 minutes later, she's like, oh yeah, I don't like what you did. I don't deal with cheating men and what you did was wrong. I was like, shorty, I just paid $300 on the first day I met you, and we really ain't even get that deep in the conversation. Next thing you know, I call my baby the next day just to look. The same lounge charged me extra $125 on random charges. Wow. So I already know they finessed me. They were finessing me the whole time. And then she looked at me like I was a particular individual that wasn't trying to spend no money or wasn't trying to tip or something like that. And it was just weird. Like it was terrible. That's just one date. I got some more though.
Not right now. I want to say that I do want to apologize on behalf of the majority of women.
Yeah,
we just moved here, and
that
that's not the normal. Okay,
that's not the majority. Of
what I want to say to you is, I don't want you to turn into a toxic guy.
Too late.
Turn into. I'm already here.
Okay, well, maybe.
The first time.
Okay, well, what he tells you, listen to him.
Like honestly, right?
I gotta hear about a lady's worst dating experience. Who you got? Who's up next?
Well, I definitely have a really bad experience when I first moved here. I first moved here in like the early 2000s. I know you said you only been here for like 5 months. But I moved here back in 2008. In 2009, I started dating, and I met an African guy at Lenox Mall.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
In 2009, okay? It was like, he seemed really nice. It was my first time really meeting, like, international guys. And he asked me to go on a date with him. He picked me up, and we went to City Trends. Because he said,
It's fashion for that.
City Trends. And see, I'm from Flint, so I'm not bougie like that. Especially in the early 2000s.
Oh, you was with it.
I was with it.
You was with it. You was going to get you some Rockaware.
I got me a Rockaware dress.
Hey.
Okay.
It was 2008 though, y'all.
That's 2008,
So
2009.
City Trends is like
This is throwback.
Yeah, that's true.
Got me a dress, and he took me back to his house, and he was like, okay, so now it's time to give me that cookie. And I was like,
not for the City Trends.
He said
just like that. He said, now give me that cookie.
Oh, that's my type of man. Oh, yeah. I like him. Hey, we can,
So the date was at City Trends.
It went to City Trends. And then he took me to his house, and then I said, no. I didn't have no car at the time, so I ended up having to take 2 bus rides back home. Didn't even eat nothing.
Wait, so he wouldn't give you a ride home because you wouldn't put it out?
Because I wouldn't put it out. He wouldn't give me a ride home. Wow. He was like, give me that cookie. I gave him the dress back.
Did you at least put on the dress first?
No, I let him keep that $10 dress and I went home.
Yeah, he bugging.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
Oh my
God.
God.
For her, I think maybe that was the thing in the 2000s because now that I think back, that was a horrible date. This is before I knew Atlanta. I had a date. We were supposed to meet at the nail salon. We drove there, went to the nail salon, and then he was like, oh, I got to pick my cousin up from the hotel. So I'm young at the time. I'm naive. I'm like, oh, okay. So we go to the hotel. He's like, you want to come upstairs and just wait a minute? I'm like, no, I'm going to sit in the lobby and just wait. So then he comes back and he's like, oh yeah, I let my cousin borrow the car, so we gotta wait. And at the time I was living on the east side, so I'm all the way in Cumberland. I don't know where I am. I'm like, are you serious? Like, when's your cousin coming back? He's like, oh, he should be back in an hour. 3 hours go by, cousin's not back. He's like, yo, just come into the room, stop being a baby. I spent damn near like 3 hours downstairs in the lobby. I finally caught a taxi all the way back to my side. I was like, never again.
That's
Never again.
Yo,
Like,
I am so grateful for rideshare these days.
Yes,
like,
thank God for Uber.
What was we doing back in the early 2000s? Like, I took
Craziness.
the bus. I didn't
City
have no
bus.
car. Like,
Yeah.
I used to catch the city bus.
Yo, I just want to say this real quick before we continue. It's just very important, women, especially in Atlanta. A lot of things are going on. A lot of shootings, a lot of, sex trafficking. I want women to be careful because people sometimes on Instagram, on that dating app, they aren't really who they say they are. And they say these things to you because you got to realize we put these paragraphs, these statements of exactly what we want on these profiles. And some men just read it and go for it. You know what I'm saying? If they do read it. Not even that. I want y'all to be safe. So on the first date, please Uber, please Lyft, please drive your car. Don't let a man pick you up.
I have my location with my best friend. It's
Yes.
like indefinitely shared with my best friend.
You got to share that. Definitely. I don't want you to go out fearing, but just be safe because we love you guys and we want to make sure that you're here and you're around. Most importantly, you want to make sure that you're respected. So when you feel like you're being disrespected, please leave the date. You don't have to be there. But yeah, anyone else have a worst dating experience?
Well, I have a worst date experience.
Okay.
I don't really have a worst dating experience because I'm always in a relationship.
Okay.
So I don't date a lot because I'm always with one person.
Yes.
But
Got that lockdown, huh?
I prefer a relationship over dating.
Yeah, me
So
too.
I'm always in a relationship since the moment I moved here. I've been here 7 years. So I had a date one time with, I don't know, I guess you would say a thug.
Your favorite.
Right.
No, and basically, I mean, it was just cool. I had just got us something which was fun, and we was going out all the time, and we went to this place called Dugan's or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we was on Camp Creek, and
and then it was on
we drinking, we smoking hookah, we eating, we having a good time. Then it was time to pay, right? He pulled out all these little black cards, like these prepaid cards, and each card had he was a scammer.
Yeah.
So each card had like $10.
Oh my God.
So let me tell you, when it was time to pay, he gave like 8 cards to the lady to pay for the stuff, and they was like, "Oh, we can't take all these. We only can take like 4 because they was going in the system just getting $10 off." And they was like, "Okay, we can't do this." So I ended up having to pay for the stuff, but I just couldn't believe it. Like he pulled out all these cards, like
He's a businessman.
it was $10. It was $10 on every card.
He had separate business accounts.
Right. That's what it
Check,
was.
They always
saving.
work
Right. He had to move
Yeah,
the
I
seconds
didn't
for the
ask no
savings.
He was moving.
Yeah, I didn't ask
Save
no
the check.
question. But I know the people, the manager ended up coming, and they were just like, "Oh, we can't swipe all these cards. We can only swipe 3 or 4 of them." And they was like,
How
"The
much
rest
was
y'all
the
gonna have to
bill?
pay." I really don't remember. It was like years ago, but I just never forget the experience.
That's what y'all like?
I think it was like 150, 160. I
call
don't
him
remember.
afterwards?
Yeah, we're still friends to this day.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's still using
So
the
that
cards.
wasn't the worst experience.
Still
Well, that
talking
was the
to
worst
him.
experience.
I said I don't have a worst experience, but I have a worst dating.
That would be
Yeah,
a
I don't
worst
have.
date.
So that was the worst date.
I really don't have, because every man that I'm consistently around, I'm in a relationship with them. So I don't really just date like that.
Let's
I'm
unpack
not
that.
like
So you mean to tell me in the 7 years that you know, my calculator's on. In the 7 years you've been dating, every man has made you that girl.
yeah.
That's a thing.
Okay, wait.
I mean,
And how
7
many
years
and how
is
many
not a long
relationships
time,
has it?
7.
4.
So 4 relationships in 7 years.
No, I would say 3 real ones, but I dated like 4. Yeah.
Okay.
Because the first when I moved here in February, and I was in a relationship by June.
Okay.
And we was together for like 3 years. We got engaged.
Okay.
And then I left him, and I got right back in a relationship in like 2 months later.
Okay.
Wow.
Great. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's episode, please like, share, and subscribe. Most importantly, don't forget to follow us. All the information is below. Living Single Atlanta on all social media platforms. See you soon on the next episode.